Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we will be talking about my disability and what it's about, all those things. We will be going into detail a bit, explaining to you symptoms, causes, etc. I also just want to make a quick disclaimer. This will be also research that I have done on the internet myself, so it's like we all know, the internet isn't always 100% true. Some of it may be inaccurate. So if you're a spina bifida and you find some of this not to be true, please, you're more than welcome to comment down below in the comment section and let me know which is true, which is not true. Myself, some of these things I also don't believe is true, but that's because of, I believe each spina bifida has his or her own different cases and situations. So yeah, let's begin, and yeah, let's take this long awaited video on and see what happens. Okay, so I'll be hitting different categories of spina bifida. I'll also be looking at my notes constantly so I do not make any mistakes on my research. So excuse me for not looking at the camera directly. So they say this is their overview. I also have been using Mayo Clinic's research, because I know in America a lot of you use that form of research when it comes to these types of medical stuff. So I've been using some of their information, not all of it, but yeah, here we go. It says here, a birth defect is a birth defect in which a developing baby's spinal cord fails to develop properly. That's true in most, well, all cases that I know of. It may or may not be in other cases as well. So there may be spina bifidas that does not have the same issue, or has it slightly different. I think we all have it in each and every way different, because according to doctors I have it on the highest grade, which I'm still not sure about, knowing how I live and everything. It occurs when a developing baby spinal cord fails to develop or closes properly while in the womb. Once again, that is true, because I know of it is with me true. There's apparently also different symptoms and stuff, which I will get into. I will say there is quite a few of these symptoms or experiences, let me put it that way, experiences which I did not experience either fully or not at all. One of them is sorry, my spelling is a bit crappy today, don't know why. Gastrointestinal, okay, in other words, bowel obstruction, constipation or leakage of stool. I'm not going to get into details about that. It's weird, even for me. I know it's natural, but still, it's weird for me. It just doesn't feel comfortable. Muscle weakness, stiff muscles or overactive reflexes. Once again, like I said, some of these things I do not experience or don't fully experience. Stiff muscles or reflexes I do sometimes, not always. Like some of my muscles even doesn't work at all. I don't have even feeling there. Also common is hunched back. That is something I slightly do have. Intellectual disability. Yeah, I don't want to say I'm stupid or anything, but I do have a learning disability. It takes me a while to learn something, but it's not because I am stupid or anything. It's more like my brain is lazy. I'm lazy, to be honest. I'm not a fan of most learning. There is certain things that I do love learning, and then I put my everything in it, but also I get bored real quick. There's this whole saying that I grew up with where they say a spina bifida person only has a attention span of about 15 to 20 minutes, which I do not believe, but that's just my opinion. Nerve injuries, paralysis, and then paralysis of the body's lower half. That is true. I do have that. Physical deformity. I have that in the lower body. I wouldn't say quite bad, but yeah, I have that. Yeah, that's about it. There is more things, but I'm sure you guys can research it. I don't want to make this video too long. This is literally the gist of all of it. There's also a video. There is also quite a lot of images I want to show you, but for certain reasons I don't want to make it too bad. So if you're already a person too sensitive, I would advise you not to watch this. So for that reason, I'm not going to put in the videos, the pictures and photos. Otherwise, people can get quite sensitive to these things. I also just want to say that they say there is treatment for it, but I don't think there's like treatment for it as an adult. I do think the treatments are more when you're still in the mother's womb, the baby's still in the mother's womb. I'll read the treatments for you, but yeah. It says here, treatments consists of surgery. When treatment is necessary, it's carried out through surgery or close the defect. Other treatments focus on managing complications. Yeah, okay, in that case I do understand. I have had 21 operations myself, quite a lot of them, to fix up certain things, back, spine, bladder, hip, foot, legs, hips. I think I said hips, but hips. Yeah, so on my lower body, quite a lot. I've also had this, I don't know if you guys can see, I've had this placed in, which is a form of a pump. I've had quite a few bladder operations, all kinds of things like that. So in an adult, to help your better your life, there is surgeries, but there is no real treatments to make you like a normal able-bodied person. They also name quite a few surgeries here, which most of them I never had. I literally never had. I've had a spinal surgery. I've had a colostomy. I've not had a spinal surgery. I don't know what's a super Rubik, but I don't think I've had that. Then there is urinal procedures. One I'm not looking forward to discussing with you guys, because it's quite embarrassing, some of these. Sorry. For example, a urinary catheterization, inserting a tube into the bladder to drain the urine. Urinary diversion, surgery to route the flow of the urine from its normal pathway, may require an external opening. Yeah, that's a no-no for me. Enema, fluid injected into the anus to stimulate the bowel and movement. I've had that done as a kid, not anymore. And I've also had more than other type of forms besides an enema doing it. It's nasty. Still don't like it just to think about it. But it's things that I had to grow up with. There's so many ways of doing this, so yeah. How can what else can we mention? I don't want to give out too much things about you, because many of this is a bit too much for me. I can give you a proper more of an overview on what spina bifida is. It says here, spina bifida is a birth defect that occurs when the spine and spinal cord don't form properly. It's a type of neural tube defect. The neural tube is a structure in a developing embryo that eventually becomes the baby's brain, spinal cord, and the tissue that encloses them. Normally the neural tube forms early in the pregnancy, and it's closed by the 28th day after conception. In the babies with spina bifida, a portion of the neural tube does not close or develop properly, causing defects in the spinal cord and in the bones of the spine. Spina bifida can range from mid to severe, depending on the type of defect, size, location, and complications. When necessary, early treatments of spina bifida involves surgery. Now that's what I was saying earlier on. As an adult, there isn't much you can do as spina bifida, because the research done on spina bifida was only recently figured out or developed, or whatever you want to call it. So the thing they do is literally operate on the baby while the baby is still in the mother's womb, which is at a certain age development age. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm sure you can go and research it more. So yeah, that's what it's about. That was what I was talking about early on, and it's actually great to know that there is such a treatment now, whereby myself, it was not available at the time when I was conceived. Putting it in that way, I'm 32 years old, and yeah, back in the mid 80s, early 80s, medical research was not as good as it is today. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't as good as it is now. We have come such a long way since then when it comes to disabilities and research on disabilities. Now there is different names of the different stages. I'm not going to get into that because, well, it's not something that I see fit or as necessary right now. It also gives like the different names and what it consists of and the severity of it, but you are more than welcome to go and look at mayoclinic.org, diseases and conditions, then just research spina bifida. I'm sure you guys can get more details on there that you would love to have, answer any questions. Next thing that I want to go into is risk factors. Once again, some of these risk factors do not apply to me, and I'm not going to go into it too much. I've got to be honest as well. Much of this research, though, on the last few, let's say 2 days that I've been researching this, I have learned a lot myself. So I've actually done more than certain things of research on here. If I came across something that I did not know about myself or about my disability, I would go on to that specific thing and research it more to find out, is it true, is it like that? And yeah, let me tell you guys, it's been a fascinating thing for me. I've learned quite a lot about myself, so it was awesome. Like I said, I'll go back to the whole learning thing. I'm not a big fan of learning unless I find it interesting, and then I just get hooked to it and get interested, and this was one of those things. Sorry. It says here, risk factors. Spinal bifida is more common among whites than Hispanics, and females are affected more than males. I did not know that, because to be honest with you, I only knew a handful of spina bifida females growing up. I didn't really know that much females. I'm more spina bifidas growing up, and yeah, it was more like a male thing. Now I found out that it's a female thing. It's kind of weird. Although doctors and researchers don't know for sure why spina bifida occurs, they have identified some risk factors. Folate deficiency. Folate, the natural form of vitamin B9, is important to develop of a healthy baby. The synthetic form found in a supplement and fortified foods is called folic. So it's folic acid. We all know folic acid, and when I read this, it made more sense why they say men and women should use folic acid when wanting to conceive a baby. It made more sense to me, because as I researched this, like I said, I researched this more. As I researched this, not having that folic acid in your system can also cause other disabilities, which you can research for yourself. I'm not going to go too much into that again. I'm going to just one thing at a time. Like I said, also, it's a vitamin B9, which is found in certain foods and supplements, which is also called folic acid. And to hear that my disability and any other, any certain disabilities can be prevented was actually good news. And I'll actually explain to you that as we go along. Like I was saying, vitamin D9, sorry, I actually lost my train of thought here. There we go. It says here, a folate deficiency increases the risk of spina bifida and other neural tube defects. So like I said, it's not just spina bifida, it's other things as well. Family history of neural tube defects. Couples who have had one child with a natural tube defect have a slightly higher chance of having another baby with the same defect. So basically, I can also have a child if I would have conceived a child with a woman. I don't know why I said it like that, or why I even said it, but yeah, I would have a disabled child as well with a neural defect or spina bifida. They say also that the risk increases if two previous children have been affected by the condition. In addition, a woman who is born with a neural tube defect has a greater chance to give birth to a child with spina bifida. However, most babies who with spina bifidas are born to parents with no known family history of the condition. So there is a possibility. It's not a definitely, it's a possibility. Some medications, for example, and anti-seizure medications such as, okay, I can't read these names. I think I'm not even allowed to, so I'm not going to. Seems to cause natural tube defects when taken during pregnancy. Though this might happen because they interfere with the body's ability to use folate and folic acid. Ooh, this is an interesting one. Obese woman, or obesity. It's talking. Sorry, why am I saying obesity? Diabetes. Women with diabetes who don't have well-controlled blood sugar have a higher risk of having a baby with spina bifida. I did not know that, and to be honest with you, I don't know how I missed that, because I did research this. So yeah, oh, that's why I said obesity, because the next one is saying obesity. Obesity, pre-pregnancy or obesity is associated with a increased risk of neural tube birth defects, including spina bifida. Woo, that's a scary one. Both of these two are actually quite scary. Increased blood temperature. Some evidence suggests that increase of body temperature in the early weeks of pregnancy may increase the risk of spina bifida. Elevating your core body temperature due to fever or using a sauna or a hot tub has been associated with a possible slight increase of spina bifida. Now, I'm not going to go any further into this, because once again you can research this yourself. mayoclinic.org. By the way, I'm not sponsored by them. I'm just saying this to give you guys some information about my disability. Now, I want to just also explain to you guys, these are just common research that I have done. You can do your own research about it, and I would advise you to learn more about your own disability. I've been stubborn my whole life by learning not as much as, or knowing as much as I need to about my own disability. I mean, maybe if I knew more than I actually do about my own disability, I would be more healthy and I would be more compliant to certain things, whereby I was, like they would say, like an ostrich, putting my head in the ground, ignoring this, just living my life like a normal person. Oh, and by the way, I'm not saying don't try and live your life like a normal person. I mean, if you can find a way of living your life like a normal person, by all means do it. I mean, go and have fun. Live life as much as possible. But what I'm saying is, just know, keep yourself acknowledged to what and who you are. I mean, it can help you find yourself, or it may find yourself. I mean, it has helped me knowing and understanding who and what I am. So to me, it was a very interesting experience. This video will be also a two-part video, and I think this is where I'm going to end this part. Like I said, it's going to be I think this will be a two-part video. This is now literally me just talking about my disability and explaining everything, and as such, I think on the next one I will be showing you guys more and talking about more what I'm able to do, how I'm able to do it, and I'll be showing, not just showing, but also talking about it. Showing and telling. Show and tell. I think that's, yeah. So guys, hope you've enjoyed it, hope you've learned a lot. Also, better feedback on the intros and outros. Still busy with it, still struggling with it. Trust me, it's there's a lot of factors going on here at the moment. It's not that I'm not able to do it, it's just there's certain things, certain parts that plays into this, and I'm not able to do the right intros and outros as of yet. But I do assure you it will be coming. And this video was long awaited, by the way. I hope really you do enjoy it, and I hope you do comment about it and like it. Tell your friends about it, show your friends about it, family, all such things, and let's get this type of information out to the world. Alright guys, I will see you in the next one.